I am your host, Nizzy, and in this video, you guys are going to be breaking down the big trade in the NFL yesterday, where Atlanta wide receiver Julio Jones gets sent over to the Titans for a second-round pick and a third-round pick, and then in return, the Titans get shipped over a sixth-round pick. So I don't think any of us expected the Titans to make a move here to go and get Julio. I know there's been lots of talks and everything about him getting traded lately, obviously, with that little debacle that Shannon Sharpe caused on Undisputed, where he phoned Julio Jones on the phone, and Julio basically said he doesn't plan on coming back to Atlanta. Pretty much since that moment, we all knew he was getting traded for sure. I don't know if he knew that he was on air when that happened. I know there's kind of been some legality issues along with that, and Shannon Sharpe might be getting in some shit. So we'll have to see how that all ends up playing out. But nonetheless, we found out he wants traded, and then a few days later, what happens? Julio gets traded, right? So over to the Tennessee Titans, gets to join their new young receiver, A.J. Brown. Tannehill's a pretty solid quarterback. You got, obviously, the king, Derrick Henry, there at running back. So they got a few nice weapons now. He heads over to the AFC from the NFC, so a little bit of a change up there. I think that was in Atlanta's plans. I think the last thing they wanted was to give a hot weapon like Julio to someone in the NFC, say like San Fran or my Green Bay Packers, for instance. Not that the Packers would ever made that move anyways, because we can't afford them and we just don't do shit like that. So no surprise the Packers didn't pick him up, but no surprise a lot of teams didn't end up getting him. He does have a pretty hefty cap hit for 2021. He's got $23 million cap hit on the books for 2021. So that's up there. Like, there's no way, for sure, at least I know how the Packers books kind of look. There's no way we would have been able to make room for the guy. Not to mention he does have a pretty hefty injury history as well. Usually ends up playing in and out all season long, but normally he's missing around 6 to 8 games per season. For the last few years, it's been a while since we've seen Julio like fully healthy. So, and he's 32 years old as well, so it's not like he's at the front end of his career or anything. He's out of his prime. He's kind of at the tail end of his career and just trying to chase that championship, it would seem. So is the Titans the right fit to do that? I don't know. What do you guys think? You think he's got a better shot to win it with the Titans than he did with the Falcons? I mean, the Falcons have been a hot mess for the last few seasons since that embarrassing loss where they were up 28-3 in the Super Bowl. They've never been the same since. Obviously, they just did a bunch of changes with their coach and everything like that in the offseason here. But they decided to stick with Matt Ryan. You still got Calvin Ridley. Not too sure what they're doing for running backs. I can't remember their draft that well, if they had drafted a running back or drafted some more wideouts. But nonetheless, they're in like a semi kind of retool / rebuild mode. So no surprise Julio wanted to get out of there, especially at the end of his career here. The guy's going to want to go for a championship. Are the Titans the best fit to get one? I don't think so, you guys, to be honest. I mean, I'd be very shocked if we seen the Titans in the Super Bowl this year. But stranger things have happened, right? Stranger things have happened. You never know which teams might deal with tough injuries, or which star quarterback might go down, or star wideout, or star defensive end, or who knows what could happen this season. And it could all play in the Titans' favor, or the Titans could just be marred by injury and bad luck and not make it anywhere. So as for their team on paper, they're looking better with Julio there. If the guy can play, obviously that just opens up another deep threat for them. Basically will take a little bit of the double teams off of A.J. Brown. Now that gives defenses a tough decision to make if you got A.J. Brown and Julio both on the field at the same time, because you can't single man coverage both those guys. One of those guys is getting open if you try and do man-to-man coverage on them. So you're going to have to run some sneaky zone defenses, or you're going to have to be double teaming one of them for sure, and then either run a zone on the other side or have your best man-on-man cover defender taking either A.J. Brown or Julio. But it's never a good option when you got those big-bodied receivers like that who are just real strong athletes, can go up and make those catches, to try and have them running on man coverage. So it's going to be interesting to see how opposing defenses try and handle those two. Obviously, with Derrick Henry in the backfield as well, you always got to be prepared for the run against these guys. But yeah, man, just adds to the intrigue of the season. Should be an exciting season. I'm a Packers fan, so we're still waiting to see if Aaron Rodgers is going to be our QB for the year, or what's going to happen with that. Obviously, after the June deadline there, I believe we saved some cap space if we end up trading him. But Nonetheless, this is the first kind of big move before the start of the preseason here with Julio Jones going to Tennessee Titans. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Do you think this move is going to be one that works out for the Titans? Who do you think won the trade, the Falcons or the Titans? I mean, me personally, I think the Falcons won the trade. They're building a little bit for the future. And just with Julio's injury history and his cap hit, I just don't know if it's going to be enough to put Tennessee over the top and be able to push them into a Super Bowl. So I think the Falcons won personally. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. And once again, you guys, this is Nizzy with Nizzy Sports Chat signing off, and thank you guys.